What's good, family? K Mo's Fit Channel. We got the physique showing. So checking the physique. But I wanted to jump on here again to give you guys another video, and currently recording this. It is Thursday. Not sure of the date. So Thursday, May 14th. And man, it's crazy because, on this journey to becoming the best version of myself, on this journey to losing 100 pounds, right? To getting shredded, to getting to 198 pounds from 308 pounds. There's going to be a lot of times, right? Or there have been already, and to come, there are going to be a lot more times where, I slip up, right? Now, every slip up is going to be intentional, right? It's going to be something that I chose to do, no matter if I make excuses about it, no matter whatever takes place, whatever the situation, right? It's still a choice. But I want to speak to you guys on why most of us slip up, right? And most of the time it's on weekends, right? And it seems like every Monday we had that motivation to get restarted, right? And it's just a constant cycle, right? Monday we start off good, get to the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we fuck off.
I mean, that's definitely true.
Right? And we do the things that aren't getting us the results that we want out of life. And I'm here to help you guys erase some of those processes with some processes that I use, right? Or some things that I tell myself to keep me out of that. I'm not perfect, right? I'm just a man on a journey, sharing that journey with you. But the number one thing is, a lot of times we slip up because we don't really believe in the outcome, right? And this was big for me at first because, when I first started my weight loss journey, I didn't know what to do, right? I wasn't good at lifting weights. I didn't know, really how to lift. My form was terrible. I was scared of what other people thought in the gym, right? And so I wasn't even doing nothing, barely, right? I fixed my diet, but from that diet, I only saw like 8 pounds lost, right? Or something like that. Well, maybe more, 8 plus 5, 13 pounds lost, because I started at 308 and then I got down to like 295, just with diet and doing like some walking and stuff like that. But what really took me over that hump was getting a coach. And I say that, just to back up a little bit. I go back to and I reflect on, because I didn't really believe that I could lose the weight. Even at first when I started, and I seen a little bit of results, right? I lost 13 pounds or whatever it was. I still didn't believe that I can get shredded. And at that time, my goal was only to get to 240. I'm way lower than 240 now, right? And it's like, to come so far now, I had to realize that I didn't believe it enough, right? My why wasn't strong enough to push me through those hard times where I was in the trenches with my coach, right? He had a set workout plan, right? I had to get to the gym. And then when I got to the gym, there was a bunch of people, in the gym, right? I couldn't get a machine. I had to go through all of these kind of situations that really showed me who I was, right? Who I wanted to be, who I was becoming. And that why is a huge piece, because my why specifically is being able to enjoy these moments with my children, right? Because both of my kids are under 10 years old right now, and it's the little things that matter to them, right? Running in the park, playing tag, going to swim, doing, quick twitch stuff. I couldn't even do that, right? I couldn't even walk up a set of stairs. I couldn't even go in the park and play catch with my son without taking a knee, right? I couldn't go and play tag without stopping. I couldn't do any of those things, right? Because I was fat, I was out of shape, and I wasn't the man that I was supposed to be for my children. So some of you guys' why might be different, right? Different than mine. You might not have kids, but You might want to do it for your family. You might want to do it for your health. You might want to do it, for multiple different reasons. But you guys have to find that why, and you have to believe it every second, every minute of the day, guys. You have to believe in the outcome, right? You have to believe you're going to lose the weight. You have to believe that you're going to get over the addiction. You have to believe, right? You're pretty much tricking yourself into believing these things, and that's how you're going to get them, right? And, the next point to that is you guys have to embody that new identity, right? When I really started seeing results in the gym is when I said to myself, okay, I'm that shredded motherfucker. I'm that nigga, right? I'm that nigga that do what I need to do in order to get the results that I want out of life. Once I, pretty much brainwashed myself, guys, and became that new identity that I was seeking, right? I became the motherfucker that was shredded 198 pounds. And that motherfucker tracks his food. That motherfucker doesn't have cheat meals, right? That motherfucker watches his diet. That motherfucker stacks good days, right? That's the one that I wanted to embody, and I had to embody in order to get the results that I've gotten so far. And to continue to get results, I'm going to have to continue to, I'm going to have to continue to shape myself into that new identity, right? Because I'm only just getting started, really. Because like I said, originally my goal was 240 pounds, but I've already exceeded that goal. So now getting down to 198 shredded is going to take and require an entire new identity. And I think, to that point, guys, a lot of us, we need to start showing up for ourselves every single day, right? So that's putting in the work. A lot of men that I talk to, that I speak with, you guys don't want to feel any pain, right?
Bullshit.
And you don't want to show up for yourself. You just want to show up when it feels good. You want to show up when it's convenient. And that's not how you get results, right? That's not how you become the best version of yourself. You have to show up no matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter what you're thinking, no matter what's going on in life. You have to show up for yourself and show up for your goals every single second of the day, right? And that's easier said than done, guys. But how you guys can do that is, you have to figure out what your standards are in life, right? Like I said, one of my standards is 198 pounds shredded. So in order for me to get that, right, I had to write out every single thing that comes with that. So that's tracking my food, that's getting my cardio in, that's going to the gym, doing an actual workout routine that's geared for aesthetics and strength, right? And then that's putting in the work every single day. So I had to write them down, and then I put them everywhere for me to see. I had them on my business phone. I had them on my personal phone that I'm recording this on. I have them in my house everywhere. I have them at my desk. I have them everywhere I can see my laptop. That way I'm constantly reminded all times of the day, no matter what I'm doing, of what my standards are. You guys have to do the same thing. And then you have to believe it, right? You have to believe that you're going to accomplish your standards. And then you have to keep going after them, no matter how you feel, no matter what people say, no matter what the fuck is going on in this world, right? In life, whatever. Because life gonna continue to go, right? Like it's like that spinning wheel. And you got to figure out, do I want to get off, right? Or what am I going to do while it's spinning? Because a lot of times people give up, and this is a very topic that's very near and dear to me, people taking their own lives, because I've had a ton of people do that. And it's like, I've even had those thoughts of self-deletion.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And, those thoughts only come from you not embodying the best version of yourself, right? Because when you're embodying the best version of yourself, when you're actually enjoying this world, actually enjoying this matrix, then that's going to be the last thing that's on your mind. So third point, guys, to why, most of us keep restarting every week is because you are prioritizing comfort over the results. Man, it feels good. It feels so good to eat some fucking cheesecake. It feels good to not track my food. It feels good to sit at my fucking desk or sleep late. It feels good to not go to the gym because I ain't got to worry about being sore. All that shit feels amazing, however you pronounce it. But the thing is, when you're comfortable all the time, you'll never get the results that you want out of life, right? On that other side of comfortability, that uncomfortability is what's going to get you the results that you want out of life. And I had to kind of brainwash myself into this, right? And make it a game. Like every single day, I ask myself, how can I get 15,000 steps? I know that I can walk outside for 7 miles and get that, or I can walk inside on my walking pad and get it, right? I hate walking inside, right? It feels like I'm going nowhere. That's uncomfortable. So, same as me going outside and walking 7 miles is uncomfortable as well, right? But which one am I going to choose? I know that my standard is to lose 100 pounds. So that's going to require some type of cardio, right? And now what that cardio is up to me. So I have a choice. Either I'm more 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to get them steps in, enjoy nature, enjoy these sun vibes, right? Sun gazing. And whatever I don't complete outside, I can complete inside, right? Both are uncomfortable. Both are things that I don't want to do, but my standards come first, right? And a lot of times you guys, don't want to be, a lot of times you have to be comfortable with change, right? A lot of you guys are uncomfortable with change, and a lot of you guys are uncomfortable with doing new things. A lot of you guys are uncomfortable with being the best version of you, right? Because you're worried about what somebody's going to think about you. You're worried about, all type of shit I was worried about, right? Especially when I was a drunk, when I was fucking, smoking all the time. My mind wasn't clear, right? I wasn't myself. I was a shell of myself. And that hurt me because that's where the anxiety, that's where the depression, all those things came from, because I was chasing comfortability instead of being uncomfortable and getting the results that I want out of life, right? The more and more uncomfortable that I am, or that I have been in my life, the more and more I got results, right? Going into the military, I'll give you guys a quick story, in boot camp, right? Because coming from boot camp, I was a correctional officer, right? So going into boot camp, I'm like, I'm gonna be the dude that's gonna fly behind the scenes. I ain't gonna do nothing, ain't gonna say nothing, whatever. Second day of boot camp, my RDC asked me, right? If y'all don't know, Navy call their drill instructors RDCs. He asked me, he said, hey, what did you do before this? I said, I was a correctional officer. He said, all right, perfect. Now you in charge, right? I'm the master at arms, the police of my boot camp division. And that shit was so uncomfortable. You talking about, at that time, I was 21 years old with a bunch of 17, 18-year-olds running around doing dumb shit, playing fucking games. And I had a family, right? I was married, and my priorities was different. So I was so uncomfortable, guys, but it made the best version of me, right? That way, when I get out to the fleet and I got out of boot camp, right, then I continue to embrace that, right? I got fully qualified as quick as possible. I did all the things that I needed to do to get the results that I wanted, right? I wanted to get out of the military earlier, so I ended up doing all the things I needed to do. I got qualified, I got my degrees, I got everything I needed, and got the hell on. Right. And you guys have to understand that in order for you to accomplish these standards in life, you have to be uncomfortable. Fourth point. You guys think like the weekend won't hurt your results, right? Most of us consider the weekend as Saturday and Sunday, right? Even maybe Friday night, right? So 2.5, 3 days. But what you have to really realize is that 2 days can ruin your whole entire week, right? Let's just say, for instance, like me, my maintenance calories are about 2,500 for me to stay the same weight, not gain weight, not lose weight. So if I go all week at a deficit, right, of, let's just say 400 calories, maybe. So I do 2,100 calories all week. That's cool. But if on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm eating 3,000 calories, then I'm eating another 5,000, then I'm eating another 7,000, that just wiped out my whole week. Now I'm in the surplus. Now I'm wondering why the next week on the weigh-ins, I'm weighing in heavy, right? Now I'm wondering why the next week on the weigh-ins, things are feeling different. I'm feeling bloated. That's because the weekend killed our results, guys. And we think these few little days don't matter, but they really do. Because the weekend is think about it, guys. The weekend is designed to help you guys. So you have to, take advantage of that. Because think about it, most people work a 9 to 5, right? Most 9 to 5s aren't open on the weekend, right? You just working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Now, some people's schedules are different, but majority of us, right, work 9 to 5 during the weekend. We have the weekend to ourselves, and that's why we go back into that comfort, because we're like, oh, we're not working, we're not structured, so the weekend I can just do whatever. I can drink, I can fuck off, I can eat. But that's not the case, guys, right? You have to use those weekends to your advantage, right? So the time that you're out of work or whatever you might be doing on the weekends, I know I don't work for anyone now. I work for myself, but when I was working, I had to use my weekends to my advantage, right? So that meant Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, I had to go hard, right? I had to make sure that I was working on my business on the side. I had to make sure that I was doing all the things to get the standards I wanted from life, guys. And it's so crazy because like the weekend is like the easiest time for us to slip up or slip back into our vices, man. So you guys have to really be focused on that, right? And the last piece is stay consistent, guys, right? I know a lot of people say, you have to be motivated or whatever. This is not a motivational video. I can be a motivational speaker. I technically am. I've spoken in that capacity before, but you guys, fuck the motivation, right? Go out there, figure out the standards that you want out of life, write them down, put them everywhere for you to see, and then take the action every single day to ensure that your standards become a reality. Anything outside of that is bullshit, right? You guys have to stack good days. Fuck the motivation. You have to be consistent with yourself with a consistent plan. That's why I say you guys have to figure out your standards for your life. Nobody else is going to figure this out for you. The people outside of you, 9 times out of 10, they don't want you accomplishing those standards because then you're going to outgrow them, right? So those people that are around you that are talking negatively to you or, that you feel like have a hold on you, it might be your spouse, it might be your girlfriend, your mom, your parents, whatever it might be, whoever it might be. You guys have to get rid of that negativity, fuck the motivation, and really take control of your life, right? Because once I always used to watch the E.T. Hip Hop Preacher, the Eric Thomases and the David Goggins, read both of his books and, watched a ton of his videos. But all that motivation shit only lasts temporarily, right? I was good for the first week and a half, 3 weeks. But after that, it just became me, myself in the trenches, right? What did I really want? So that's why I had to really outline my standards and then take the action every single day, because that's better than motivation, guys, right? That's me actually knowing, being able to track and say, okay, what did I do today to get closer to my standards, right? That's what I have on my wall. As soon as I wake up, I can see it. What have you done today to accomplish your standards or get closer to your standards, right? And I have to ask myself that. And if I didn't do anything, then that's where I feel like I'm not doing what I need to do. That's when I feel like I'm failing the people that are counting on me, my kids, my family, right? But I just wanted to give you guys this video, man, because this is something that was definitely heavy on my heart, man. I want to, continue to make this content, continue to share my journey on losing 100 pounds, getting 198 pounds shredded. But it's K-Mo's Fit Channel. If you guys have any questions, have any concerns, you guys need anything from me or have any, like I said, questions, go ahead and message me on Instagram at KMOS Fit, K-Mo's Fit, all one word. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.